Hi, folks. Welcome to Crisco's Corner. Unfiltered commentary. Not your truth, the real truth. Please like, share, and subscribe. And as always, thank you for your support. Welcome back from Fox News. You'll love this one. MSNBC avoids covering Chris Cuomo's sexual harassment scandal, plaguing CNN. MSNBC and CNN rarely address each other's embarrassing headlines. I can see that to a certain point. I mean, depending how bad it is. You know, is it news that a person on another cable show that's nationally known has an issue? Is that news? Yeah, sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. NBC strangely avoided covering the sexual harassment scandal plaguing its direct liberal competitor, CNN, which I find it interesting because if they were really in competition with each other, you think they would, which kind of tells me they're not in competition with each other because they both work for the same people, and that is the current government in Washington and or the Democrat Party. That's who they're really working for. Veteran TV producer Shelley Ross alleged in a New York Times guest essay published Friday morning that CNN anchor Chris Cuomo grabbed her buttocks at an event in 2005, and the two of them worked at ABC. She even included an email he sent to her at the time apologizing for the incident. Cuomo reiterated his apology to his former boss in a statement in the New York Times. All right, that's not a big deal. Yes, you like an ass. He apologized. Okay, end of story. However, MSNBC turned a blind eye to the newly emerged controversy. Avoiding any mention of it throughout the day's programming, according to graphic transcripts. MSNBC and CNN rarely address each other's embarrassing headlines, and there's been tons of them, believe me. MSNBC offered minimal coverage of Cuomo's involvement in the scandal with his brother. That I take exception to, very much so, which proves my point. They work directly for the Democrat Party. For scandal with his brother, former New York Governor Andrew Cuomo, which ranged from aiding his brother's response to sexual misconduct accusers to receiving VIP COVID tests in the early months of the pandemic. Now, people are going to get mad at me when I say this. I used to have two brothers. Now I have one, passed away. If he asked me what I think he should say when the sexual misconduct things are coming down on him to the public, I have no issue with that. It's his brother. You know, you ask off the record between two brothers, of course. And in all fairness, let's tell the truth here. When COVID started sweeping the nation, if your brother or relative or whatever was governor of New York or some high-powered position and could get COVID tests and nobody else could in early months of the pandemic when they're really hard to get, you know what? Who wouldn't do it? So you're a family, husband, wife, two kids, and you have a relative that's a big shot, and you can get all your family tested when it's really hard to find a test, you're going to do it. Let's tell the truth here. So I take exception to that. The Peacock Network, i.e. MSNBC, for those of you old school people, when color first came out on television, they had the Peacock showing all the different colors. I remember that. I'm showing my age now. Peacock Network completely avoided the awkward return of CNN's chief legal analyst and Zoom masturbation star, Jeffrey Toobin. Oh, God. Yeah, I remember that one. This is the one that was so critical of Trump, and he's so critical of Republicans and other people's behavior that, that after the meeting they had, a Zoom meeting, Jeffrey Toobin started masturbating when everybody could see him, thinking it was off. Yeah, I remember that one. CNN in return almost never covers MSNBC's controversies and the outlandish commentary. Yeah, it is outlandish. I do have to say, though, because they're not in competition with each other. That's why. They both work for the same people. More recently, CNN harped on Nicki Minaj's tweet expressing vaccine hesitancy, but managed to avoid mentioning the viral spat the rapper superstar had with MSNBC host Joy Reid. I gotta honestly say, this is an extremely high bar to go over. If you take MSNBC and CNN and all the bat crap crazy things they've said and the bat crap crazy people they have working for them on the air, nationwide, in some cases worldwide, Joy Reid might honestly be the biggest whack job of them all. That is a tremendous feat, and I have to give her a round of applause. You know how hard it is to be the biggest whack job in MSNBC and CNN? That takes effort. What a talent. Cuomo took a page from MSNBC's playbook and stayed silent during Friday night's Cuomo prime time. Of course, he's not going to mention it. CNN has yet to publicly acknowledge the scandal hitting its biggest star. The only mention of many Cuomo's colleagues was buried in Brian Stelter's Reliable Source newsletter. Brian Stelter. Reliable Sources. Every time I hear that name, I crack up. The new allegation against the CNN anchor was foreshadowed in the leaked audio tape. Now, this is great. This is great. Remember Michael Cohen? Remember that piece of crap? The porn star lawyer? Remember him? And it was Chris Cuomo and others that were hinting around that he could run for president. Remember that? The new allegation against the CNN anchor was foreshadowed by a leaked audio tape obtained by Tucker Carlson tonight, September 2020, of comments he made to ex-Trump lawyer Michael Cohen about his days at NBC News. Now, this is Chris Cuomo in the leaked audio tape. You know how many effing phone calls I've gotten from people at NBC who say the reporters are calling and lying about things they heard about me and try to get stories about me when I was at NBC? Guys calling and saying, I heard he's a Charlie Rose of ABC. Used to invite women to the hotel and open up his bathrobe. Do I look like that kind of effing guy who's got to do that, Cuomo said? And Cohen replied, sure, why not? And he replied with a chuckle. And that, folks, are the people you've been listening to for 4 years. MSNBC, Joy Reid, Chris Cuomo, as Tucker Carlson calls him, Don Lemon. 43% of the people in this country of voting age believe those people. We are in a lot of trouble. And then Michael Cohen says, sure, why not? And laughs. You know, if it didn't bring the country down, I think it was comical as hell. But these people are actually in the process of tearing down this republic. Maybe to the point, permanently, of never being able to fix it. We'll have to see. Again, as always, it's up to the American people to decide. Until the next time, goodbye and good luck.